Alright, hello everyone, we should be live. I'm Patrick, I'm taking over the restream, and with me is Denferok.
Hey!
How's it going?
It's going well. We're going to be doing some Justice Guy 100% this time. So previously in the marathon you saw me do 80%. This time we're going to do 100%, which is one hell of a thing. So that should be enjoyable.
Alright.
Okay, I am ready.
Hold on.
Actually, I'm dropping a bit of frames.
Alright, are you ready?
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, you can count yourself down.
Alright, we shall go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, hello everybody. We are doing 100% this time, which is pretty crazy. There's a reason why I did 80% in the main marathon and 100% in the bonus stream. In 2016, I did try to do 100% on the main marathon. What do I just do? Oops. Okay. That didn't go too well. If you guys remember that. I do have some things I've changed this run. Well, I've also been practicing more, so I can actually play better and not suck this time. Oops. Nice. Okay. I'm probably going to be going over a lot of the things I already said in the 80% run. So if you're, I don't really remember what I said in the run. What are you laughing at? I don't remember what I said in the 80% run, so I'll probably like go over the same things. And not to slide on 4-3. Okay, I'll try to remember not to slide on 4-3 this time. Let me just make sure I don't drop frames. I was dropping frames last run, and I didn't notice in the chat that people said it, so I'm gonna try to like make sure that I don't drop frames this time. It was just at the start, so apologies about that. So 100% is exactly the same as any percent, so it's the same category. I'm just kidding. It's exactly the same as 100% until you're done with 80%. Then that's when you go into the extra content. And there's a lot of extra content. Most people don't even realize that this game even has extra content. It has like the most optional content I've ever seen in a fan game. It's kind of ridiculous. You're gonna be seeing that after we beat the main game. The optional content is mostly way too many boss fights. There's a total of 29 optional bosses, so that takes the total amount of bosses in this run to 37. You can probably tell why the estimate is 3 hours. 100% pretty much triples the length of the game. I guess I could talk about the weapons once again. So we got 4 weapons. We got the standard pistol. My god, that's a lot of bosses. Yeah, it's a few. Don't slide on 1-3. Okay, so let's talk about the weapons. We got the standard Fangame pistol, which is not used at all pretty much in the run. It's used a bit more in 100% because it's kind of forced in a certain boss that you will see in more than 2 hours from now, so get hyped for that. The standard Fangame pistol that is where you have to mash. Every weapon is auto-fire except for the pistol. Then we have the machine gun, which is like constant damage. Shotgun is always strictly better than the machine gun. It does the same amount of damage as the machine gun, but it hits 17 times, and you can like get more hits in the same amount of time as the machine gun. And then the rocket launcher is an interesting weapon. The rocket launcher that seems to do really low damage, and just because it does, it has armor piercing. It will always deal 30 damage no matter what, which is really low. As you saw, that boss had like, I think, 1250 HP, so it would take like 50 rockets to kill it, which is a bit ridiculous. The point of the rocket launcher is to do the armor piercing, where enemies in this game actually have armor, which means your weapons will deal less and less damage. And if they have enough armor, the rocket launcher actually ends up doing more damage than the other weapons. So you're going to be seeing me switch to the rocket launcher from time to time, such as for these crabs. With the rocket launcher I can kill them in one hit, because they have less than 30 HP. And there's also things like sliding, which is used a lot, obviously, because it's faster. And there's kind of a hidden mechanic in this game with where you can moonwalk. So if you press, for instance, left, and then you press right and hold down both at the same time, you will move in the direction of the second key while facing the direction of the first key. So you will face to the left while moving to the right, which means you can do like optimized damage. I think my sister is like messaging me on my phone, so I need to kind of check. Bit of bad timing, but alright. So let me just check that after this level real quick. Should probably take that save, but that's okay. Easy game, right? Don't kill me. Okay. And these two things, the sliding and the moonwalking, can actually be combined to do like moon sliding. Which is as ridiculous as it sounds. That'll be used a bit as well. Okay, let me just check this real quick. Okay, well that was just the worst timing ever. Sorry about that. This isn't really much of a speedrun. I guess we get to talk about how the main game works again. So this game is divided up into a bunch of worlds, each world having 3 bosses, or 3 levels in one boss. So it's a very fast-paced game. We got 6 worlds. And then the 7th world is just the final boss of the game. There's no levels for World 7. I've been dying to that machine gun attack a lot lately. I don't know why. It's not that hard. Oh well. The whole angel mode thing, the difficulty settings for this game is going to be more relevant in this run, because I'll actually be using it in this run. So I'm playing a normal mode right now. There's also angel mode. Okay, let me not die this time. Okay. There's also angel mode, which is a lot easier. So if you want to play this, but you're not like you feel like this is maybe too hard for you, you can play Angel mode. You can try it out. Hold on. Okay. So you can play Angel mode and try that out. So Angel mode nerfs the game a lot. For levels, you have 3 HP. And then for bosses, you have 5 HP. And the bosses are nerfed. So it's like 100 times easier. So if you want to play this, but you feel like not good enough, give Angel mode a shot. And later on, we'll also see a third difficulty setting, known as Exceed mode. Oops. And that's when the game gets interesting. Exceed mode is only part of 100%. Most people don't even know that Exceed exists, which is a bit sad because Exceed is really cool. There's a bit of a tricky trick. Ooh, okay. It's okay, we're gonna be dying a lot to bosses in this run. The bosses of 100% are really difficult. And I don't really play this category much, so I'm not like very good at them either, but that's okay. I wish there was a faster way to do the end of this level, but there isn't. I mean, the fastest way to not miss your rockets. But oh well. Okay, 3-2. We're still in the game. Superb. Exactly. Oh, and there's also a second character in this game. The best guy character. Which is, as I said in my 80% run, which is actually the worst guy character. Okay, this level is like horrible. So these RNG fish. Ooh. Hello? Okay. So, with the best guy character, he cannot short hop, is the thing. Even if you would tap the jump button, it will still do a full jump. And he's really floaty. So you can imagine that is just like the worst to play with. Fun fact, the previous world record holder for 80%, he still holds the 100% world record, because I don't really play it, actually plays exclusively with that character. And I don't really understand why, but hey. Because I feel like it makes the game a lot harder. Oops. Got greedy there. That's not the right weapon. So my PB for this category is like 120 some, or not 120, that'll be ridiculous. 220. So I do have some leeway on the estimate there. There's one thing I'm going to be changing in this run, which is actually not allowed in actual speedruns, I guess. Just to be like marathon safe, because last time I tried to do this, I got stuck on a very specific boss for 40 minutes, because that boss is very long and the hard part is at the very end. So I'm going to be changing something there once I get there. Well, I guess I can spoil it. I'll be changing to Angel mode for that boss. Nice. He's like expert character. I mean, I guess you can call it that. By the way, all the art in this game is original. Like, pay attention to the detail on this boss. It's like really cool. They had like an art team of like 7 people. Yeah, the game just looks gorgeous. Really impressive that all the art is original. So a lot of bosses in this game have something called the enrage phase. Well, I like to call the enrage phase, where the boss goes like full crazy mode at the end. And I wish more games did that, because I really like the whole enrage phase thing, because the intensity of the boss should be at the peak at the end of the fight. So the clear is like really satisfying when you actually beat the boss. If you have like a super intense last final attack, then that's gonna make the clear like super satisfying. You can feel really good about it. Yes, Laplace or normal mode is harder than Exceed Laplace. I mean, the boss is easier, but you get 5 HP in Exceed. Spoilers. We'll get to Exceed much later on. For now, we just have the 80%. So when you run 100%, you can actually go for both the 80% war record and the 100% war record at the same time. In fact, that's what the previous 80% war record was. That was actually part of a 100% run. But since I don't really run 100%, and I took the 80% war record, that's no longer the case in the war record, that's just the 80% run. What am I talking about? By the way, that like double diamond thing with the jump professors there, that jump is like super hard with the best guy character. Okay, I have a bit of a tricky strat here. Let's see if I can do this. Ooh, that was some kind of unfortunate spacing on the soldiers there. There's a lot of RNG to this game. Okay, hello? Alright. You're noticing there's a lot of RNG to this game. If you thought like games like Boshi had a lot of RNG, man, you're in for a treat with this one. Here I have to stay at the bottom, because there are missile turrets at the top. Let me make sure I'm not dropping frames. Dropped a little bit. Okay, don't slide at the start of 4-3. I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm not gonna slide this time. Yeah, I did it. These jumps are actually pretty tricky. Okay, let's not have that weird thing happen again like the last run. I'm pretty sure like these vents are RNG. I still don't know how these things work, but last time I just fell down and died. I could have probably fallen down there. I still don't know how that works. It seems to be different every time. But also at the same time, not? I don't know. So here we're coming into the part of the game where the difficulty just goes crazy. The difficulty curve turns into a difficulty cliff, as I like to call it. Got boss 4. It's very easy to get stuck on this boss for like 2 hours in your first playthrough. It's a very hard boss, pretty much out of nowhere. It's a really good fight though. I think this boss is really well made. Getting a bit of unfortunate RNG right now because they're hanging up at the top. You can actually kill this boss in 30 seconds if you get really good RNG. My best is like 33 seconds, I think. Oh, jumped a bit too late there. Here you're going to be seeing me use the moon sliding quite a bit. You're going to be seeing me like do that and then go back. Because you can actually slide under the aimed shots. This is seen me do a few times. The thing with this fight is that you want to prioritize your damage. You need to focus on crowd control. You never want to fall behind crowd control at any point. If you do, then you have a pretty high chance of dying. The best way to kill the tanks is actually by going underneath them as they're falling and then shooting a rocket up. Which is a pretty cool way of doing it as well. Counter terrorists win. Yeah, this fight is really good and I like it a lot. Should have grabbed more water before I started this. Oh well. Could probably get it in the credits. In this run, we have to watch the credits twice. There's no way to skip them. You can't like F2 out of them, and if you close the game, you will have to like re-beat the boss. So if you beat the final boss in the credits, and then you close the game during the credits, you'll have to beat the final boss again. So sadly, we can't skip that. But it gives us like 2 minutes of downtime. Twice. Which is nice, because this run is really, really exhausting. Considering how many bosses there are. Other than Get Wrecked, I think this game has like the most bosses out of any Fangame. Get Wrecked obviously has more. And it's funny because not many people actually realize that there's so much extra content to this game. Because it's kind of hidden. There are pretty much no clues at all. Well, there are. Like, the story in this game is in Korean, and the story is actually pretty interesting. I'm like going all over the place with my commentary right now. That crystal's a troll, by the way. So there kind of are hints that there are some extra in the game. If you like speak Korean, which I don't. I have to go under this one. The cycle and that is RNG as well. I'm getting a lot better at World 5. World 5 is the hardest world in the game in terms of platforming. Feel like has no original bosses? I think there's a few original bosses at the end. Not sure though. My Get Wrecked game actually broke and I can't play it anymore. I don't know why. It just doesn't work properly. So here I'm gonna go on the bottom. There was also a path to the left. However, that path is like 3 times slower. It's really, really slow. This path is much harder, but also much, much faster. Alright, here we go. There's Snail Bro again. Snail Bro. Most pointless enemy in any video game ever. Yep. Oh god. Dang it, got unlucky with the crystal there. Alright, now we're heading to boss 5, which is actually... I did say it's the most unfair boss of the run in any percent, but that's actually not the case in 100%. There are actually more unfair bosses than Ayla in 100%, so look forward to that. When you get to those nonsensical bosses. So this fight, there's the tree HP, and there's also the witch HP. Ooh, that's a mistake, but I'd love. So killing the witch will actually deal 900 damage to the tree. And obviously the goal is to kill the tree. Because then the witch also dies for some reason. So want to kill the tree. However, at half HP, it goes into like the enrage phase. So what I want to do is I actually want to get them to just before half HP. It's about right now. Then I want to get the witch HP low. And now I want to shoot the tree. Oh, come on. Thought I could reach the crystal. little bit too slow. Oh, I thought I died there. Wow, when I save my stun when I get into the enrage phase, because that means when I can see something bad happen in the enrage phase, because the RNG gets a lot worse in the enrage phase. If I can like see, okay, something bad is happening, I need to like stun the witch so I don't get walled, I can do that, which drastically improves your success rate on this fight. Also it spawns nails, because why not? Also, the crystals actually swap when you get to the range base. Unfortunately, she's right in front of the tree right now. Oh. I should have stunned her, but I'd live somehow. Okay, we're good. So I would like to finish off the boss by killing the witch there. Actually getting a lot more consistent at this fight. Maybe it's not as unfair as I thought it was. I mean, it still is unfair, but I don't know. Alright, heading into the last world of the game. We're gonna beat the estimate by 2.5 hours, guys. I'm just kidding. So there's a lot more after this, even though it's the last world. There's a lot of explosions. These levels are very long. It's not as hard as World 5 though. Here's a cool strat. What? I actually don't remember the last time I died there. That's fine. Maybe I should pop out the chat so I can actually like keep up with the chat instead of having it on my second monitor. Nice. Yeah, let me pop out the chat actually. There we go. Now I can actually like kind of read the chat. Why did I go back for a save? That doesn't even make sense. 6-1 safety save. I don't know how you can do that without grabbing the save sword, because I die on that last part like half the time. Trollcopters. Slide from that position. This is a really good spot. Hey, Bootstrap. My man. Yeah, the whole chaining slides thing is really awkward, because they decided, for some reason, to put the slide key on the jump button. I never understood why games do that, because if you mess up the slide, you will jump instead, which is like the exact opposite of what you wanted to do. Nice audio stacking. Like, when you're trying to slide, the last thing you want to do is jump. So yeah. You're going to be noticing that you're going to be jumping instead of sliding quite a bit, like by accident when you play this. Ooh, that was close. So we're almost at the end of the main game. And after that, we're going to be getting into the 100% content. And that's when it all goes crazy. So here is where I'm actually using the pistol. The reason for that is because the machine gun actually has a spread to it. And if you get unlucky with the spread, you might actually miss enough bullets that the guy... Oh my god, that was perfect RNG. Wow, okay. The guys actually dodge all your shots and come the way, like all the way through and kill you. It has happened to me once. Only once. And after it happened, I started using the pistol again to prevent that from happening. It's really rare, but it can happen, so you might as well use the pistol. Yeah, that was literally perfect RNG on that guy. I think that's like the second or third time I've seen perfect RNG. So yeah, really rare. Okay, now is the time where you're gonna be seeing a lot less levels and a lot more bosses. It's pretty much just boss fights for the rest of the run. It's not entirely true. There's also gonna be some platforming after the final boss. And directly after that platforming, it's pretty much just boss fights for two hours. Just boss after boss after boss. Which is actually why I prefer the 80% category. It's like more interesting to speedrun because the levels are really fun to do. Like there's so many speed strats due to like the weapons, optimizing damage, sliding past enemies. Really, really cool speedrun in my opinion. And in fact, that's the reason... Oops, I actually went too fast. That's the reason I started playing this game. Originally, I didn't intend to play this game. But after I saw Cosmic speedrun it, I was like, oh my god, this is such a cool speed game. So I played the game with the intention of speedrunning it. So props to Cosmic for making me play this game, I guess. Sometimes those shadows just kill you for some like no reason. It's a bit rare. But sometimes they will just kill you, which is annoying. Not much you can do about that. Oops. This boss is actually pretty hard. So what I'm doing at the start is I'm luring him to the left. Ooh. The reason I want to do that is because he has a shadow wall attack. Now the shadow wall always spawns to the left of him. So if you're standing to the left of him, the shadow wall is pretty much going to spawn on top of you and you're going to die instantly. It is possible to react to it, but it's really hard and there's no like real reason to do that. So what I do instead is I try to lure him to the left side, so that I can stand to the right of him and not have to worry about that shadow wall. Okay, now he's gonna do his enrage attack. Here you can just use your rocket launcher and moonwalk to this side and it becomes really easy. One HP. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we're on to the final boss of the main game. This boss is really difficult. I could get stuck on the boss for... It's not unheard of that I get stuck on it for 20 minutes, just so you know. It's a very, very difficult boss. This boss is split up into the two phases. The first phase is a lot easier, but it has the hardest attack of the entire run. So even though there's like 29 bosses left in this game, this boss has the hardest attack of the entire run. You're going to be seeing it very soon. Once the boss reaches 750 HP is when you're going to be seeing that attack. The insane nonsense. Okay, here it is. Nice. Okay, don't die now. That attack is a lot harder than it looks. Like, a lot harder than it looks. You're gonna be noticing that very quickly when you play this game. That attack took me probably about 30 tries before I got past it the first time. About like 25, 30 tries. Luckily, that attack is pretty much the only hard part of this fight. Not saying the rest of the fight is free, because you can still die after that attack. Okay, she just gained armor. So now I need to start using the rocket launcher. Here at the end of the fight, you're going to be seeing what I like to call the phone number attack. I should have went under. Okay, that was a mistake. Hold on, let me just focus. Oh no. Okay. Oh no, I pressed 4 twice. Oh, no, what a joke. Okay, so that was the phone number attack. It's not a hard attack, but it's very easy to choke it. You're supposed to press the numbers in that, like, in their correct order under a certain amount of time. You are timed on that attack, so you can't take forever while you're dodging other attacks. It's not hard, it's just easy to choke. Oh, I thought it was over. You saw me switch to the machine gun there, like, prematurely. I was lucky that I got the top one, because if it was the bottom one, I would have died. Because I actually thought it was over. It's a total of 20 lasers on that attack. Okay, I'm just gonna focus here, so I don't die again. Lina is a lot easier than Deus, which is why, like, every clear video you've ever seen on this fight does Deus first. I've never seen a clear video that does Lina first. Sword was really unlucky. He almost did it, but then he got double KO'd. Like, he killed the boss and then died to, like, leftover projectiles. So that was really unfortunate. I should have slid under. Sorry, just focusing. Don't want to die now. Okay. Alright, now we're into the second phase. The second phase is a lot harder, but the attack, the laser spam attack, which I actually managed to beat twice in a row, which is, like, incredible. It's really hard to explain why that attack is hard. You have to play the game in order to understand. It's harder than the Dockhead, like, Outrage attack in the Camellia 3 boss rush fight. You know, the crazy attack on the Dockhead avoidance? It's harder than that. Okay, this is not what I wanted, but it's fine. So this is the newer version of that attack, and it's actually a lot easier. Not free, but easier. Still very possible to die for that. Okay, we got blue first, which is... Actually, since I got lasers early, this might actually be fine. Is it fine? What do I want to do here? I think I want to wait with doing damage, so Lina will do her attack. Like that. Okay, I think that was correct. Usually I don't do the fight this way, so I'm not entirely sure, like, what I'm doing right now. But I kind of messed up, so I'm not going to do enough damage. Okay, I think we're going to have to deal with 2 extra attacks. Hopefully we don't get Bird Guy. If I get Bird Guy, it's pretty much guaranteed death. Good. So these intermission phases, there's a total of 18 different intermission phases. So this fight has a ton of memorization and learning to it. Oh, I almost jumped over there. In Angel mode, these intermission phases don't even exist. So Angel mode is, like, super easy on this fight. Oh, actually managed to skip, like, 2 attacks there. Okay, this is fine then. Don't die now. Nice, okay. Oh man, like a 38-minute run. That's really good. Alright. So that's the end of any percent. But we have a lot left to go. Run over time. Not really. Did I first try the last phase? Like the second phase? Oh my god. Actually getting kind of good at that. Nice. So there's no way to skip the credits. We're going to have to just sit through them. And this is where the game kind of gets interesting. Most people think that's the end of the game. Because, like, why would you question it? It's like, oh, that's the end. Credits, everything. But there's actually a lot more content. A lot more. The extra content pretty much triples the length of the game. We're going to be sitting through credits. There's a total of 3 sets of credits in this game. And then the timer stops when the 3rd set starts. Game actually gets interesting. Died the second phase to start once. Oh yeah, you're right. So now we are going to go through every level again. Like, not through the entire level, but we're gonna get an item in each level. I actually like to go backwards through this, through all the levels. I don't know why. It also makes more sense for the story, because you're like going through all this, and then you're like kind of going back to the start. Because now you need to go back to the tutorial. So it's like, makes more sense for the story if you go backwards. I don't know. And 6-3 has the hardest secret in the game anyway. It's a pretty precise jump. So that's the one we're going to be doing first. Faster as well, you gotta go through them all. Animation is nothing, so it's like a... Well, it's... You save like 1 key press on like the menu. 1 second time save. Alright, now back in the game. So I'm gonna go backwards, go through every level. I can notice we're actually glowing now. My kid is glowing. And he will be glowing for the rest of the game. Kind of a cool touch. Okay, here's a hard jump. Oh my god, I first tried it. Okay. You should take like 3 or 4 tries for that. That jump is a lot harder than it looks. So every single level in the game has a secret item. Some of them are hidden in like kind of me spots, as you'll be seeing. Especially this one. Yeah, it's literally down here. There it is. Okay, nice. I don't need to complete the level after I get the secret. I can just leave. Some of the secrets are in kind of mean locations. And some of them are just in plain sight. This one we have to go pretty far on the level. So it is actually down here. Kind of hard to find. That guy, I don't know what he says. I think he says something like, this land is different every time I come here or something. I don't know. That secret is great, yeah. So for this one, we actually have to take the slower routes. Because that's where this secret is. And you can see how much slower this route is, because we have to kill an extra snail. Which just takes forever. Don't get why this guy has so much HP. Snail Bro's lost cousin, indeed. But you can see how much slower this route is if you remember like the fast routes for this level. Where do I land again? Right there. And it's right there behind the crystal. So these secrets aren't there at all until you beat the final boss. So you can't get these like when you're first playing through the game. So this secret is actually easier to get with the best guy character because he's floaty. But I hate playing as that character, so I just do it kind of the hard way. And it's not even that hard anyway. You just have to do like a precise slide jump. I'll kill these eagles and not fall down, ideally. So it's right over here. Yeah, missed it there. That jump is a lot easier if you play the best guy character. Oh. Yeah, best guy is just the worst. Ooh. There we go. Now I have to go back to the save. I always mess this up. Okay. I always manage to die somehow on the way down there. This one is quick and easy. It's behind this crystal. Yeah, I really hate playing with them as well. I slid at the damn it. I slid at the start of 4-3. Every time, man. By the way, Influka in the chat there and Gustav were the ones who made this game. So this secret is over here. Right, there's a sniper there. I forgot. You can see the secret right there. Watch out for that sniper as well. I made this. This is when we have to go through the hard segment again. They're so spread out. That was like the perfect setup. Jesus. Okay, I am dead. I need to practice this level. Because there's so much RNG in this kind of fast strat that I do. Okay, there we go. Oh, don't kill me. Okay, there are some cameras there I can easily give you. This one is pretty hard to see. It's up here. This one is kind of a mean location. It's actually right there. And if you see that there's actually a spike, like right next to it as well. Okay, this is actually the most interesting secret in the game. I like this one. Kind of a puzzle. So you can see the secret is right there. But there's a bunch of jellyfish that fly up, like infinitely. They never stop. So what you have to do is grab the save, hit R, and then go back. Because in this game, when you hit a save, every enemy on the previous save disappears. So that's what you have to do for that. Kind of interesting. This one is through a wall. Right there. Just that wall just doesn't even exist. If you encounter that in your first playthrough, you're like, what's up with that wall? Because there's a secret there. Okay, we're almost done with the levels for the rest of the run. So soon we're gonna get into a lot of boss fights, let's just put it that way. I always forget where the mines are here. Okay. Culture 3. So on this level, this is actually the only level in the game where you have to beat the level again in order to get the secret. Should probably get that save, that's fine though. So we're gonna have to beat this level a second time. Because it's actually at the very end. And there's no save to like get you back out. And the best location ever, it's hidden in a random wall. Because why not? Nice. So that's the only level where you actually have to beat the level in order to get the secret. I don't know why I keep hitting R after hitting that save. You don't need to do that. By the way, more train crabs. Good old train crabs. Ooh. Train crabs are a lot better than crab trains. Yeah. I would agree with that. So, but this is secret. I have kind of a cool maneuver that probably I found. Like, I'm the only one who actually finds it cool. Everyone's like, that's not cool. I find it cool, okay? Kind of like a cool maneuver right here at the end. So you do this. Ooh. I'm probably the only one who actually finds that cool. Okay, World 1 secrets are super easy to find. They're like in plain sight, like this one. That's not cool. Ooh. And again, these secrets don't exist until the final boss is dead. Okay, I actually missed one of my shotgun hits there. Okay, it's fine. And this one is up here. Now for the best secret in the game. On 1-1, you go to the left. And it's right there. Oh god. Nice secret. Alright, so that's pretty much the last platforming you'll see for the entire game. Now we're going into Boss Rush. Now this game... Oh, great. So we're starting off with Bird Guy, okay. At least it's good to get this one out of the way. So this boss is annoying. So you have to wait until this bird flies off the screen. And then you have to press the shoot button. Kind of like a quick time event. Sometimes the bird just takes forever for no reason. And it's really annoying. Likes to fake you out. And then each HP that you do, it has 5 HP. Every time you do 1 damage, it gets harder and harder in different ways. So you have to pay attention to, quote-unquote, the real bird. As you will see right now. You see a bunch of fake birds. So pay attention to the real bird. When it flies off the screen, you need to press the shoot key. And they like to fly up all at the same time and make a really loud sound. That's the pigeon. Now it gets a little harder again. Now there's a lot of birds. I'm gonna focus for this. This boss is great. Come on. And if I press it when I'm not supposed to, I will just die instantly. Okay, this is actually the hardest one. I'm gonna focus so I don't die. I blinked. And I thought it went up. Don't know why I thought it went up. Gustav is streaming this? Cool. Hello, Gustav. I like when they all go up at the same time and it just makes a really loud sound. It's good to get this one first, so we get out of the way, because it's the most annoying one. Actually, that's maybe not true. There's another one that is really annoying. He's known as World Peace. His actual name is World Peace backwards. It's like Bilro a caps or something, I don't know. Hey Gustav! Got both the makers in here. Cool. Okay, don't blink this time. Well, do blink, but not at the worst time possible. Okay. Now it's kind of... Don't screw this up. Nice. Okay. So there is a random number. It's either 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's not as precise as it is in the final boss fight. It's a lot. You get a lot more time in this fight. Luckily, because otherwise it'd be like the worst thing ever. Hello? I'm not supposed to be down here. Okay, so I'll just stand here. So, as I said before with the boss rush, this game takes boss rush to a whole new level. It's like, you thought 4 bosses in a boss rush was too many? This game has not 1, not 2, but 18 bosses in boss rush. 18. There's 1 boss for each secret that we got, and there's 18 secrets. So right now we're kind of purging, I guess, the secret items from the power that corrupted Desenlina is like the story of the game. Sadly, the story is in Korean. I wish someone would like translate it and like make, not just have like a document of the translation, but like have put it in the game so you can like have English as well. This boss is pretty easy. So that's 2 out of 18. Keep count. Okay, this guy is actually one of the harder ones. This attack I don't really understand. Sometimes these like fire things kill you, and sometimes they don't. I don't really get it. Ooh. Can get a lot of damage on that attack. There's one attack that is like really tricky to do. Oh, I messed up. Okay, I kind of forgot what I was doing there. This is the attack. There's a strat for it. I'm kind of messing it up, but this is sort of how you do it. If you move around, it's like not how you do it. I don't understand that attack. Sometimes those like fire things kill you, and sometimes they don't. Don't get it. Right, this is one of the harder bosses in the boss rush. A lot of the bosses are really easy. There's one in particular that literally dies in 15 seconds if you get good RNG. He's known as Bronto. Ah, kind of missed there. Okay. Why am I jumping around when I'm seeing that? I want to stand still when he like holds up his scythe. So that doesn't happen. Freaking Bronto, man. He has 3 different attacks what he can do when he holds up his scythe. Okay, keep doing this. This is good. I keep missing. It's kind of hard to time it. Alright, he's dead. Alright. 3 out of 18. Let's keep count. So yeah, the rest of the game is just bosses, by the way. Ooh, here's an interesting one. We got Denferok. So I need to focus for this one because there's one particular attack that you need to be very quick to dodge. Oh, right. I wanted her to go to the bottom so I can actually damage her. I don't know if ducking actually does anything. But I like to use it on this fight. Again, no idea if it actually like helps. If it like changes your hitbox. Dang it. So there's one attack in particular that is just like... Oh, oops. I messed up my jump. There it is. You hear that ding, and just a giant rock falls on you like a split second later. You need to be very quick on that. Really? This is actually one of the easier bosses. It's really annoying when she goes up, because I can't really damage her. Because it's pretty much impossible to dodge the Denferok at the top. I've never managed to do it. So I don't know if it's actually possible or not. It might be. Why would I do that? Sorry, I just need to focus for the Denferok so I don't get dinged. I don't know why that's happening. Pretty sure I'm doing that the same way, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not. Come on. Just being pretty rude with the RNG right now. I want the, like, swordy attack. The parentheses circling thing. I don't know what you call it. That's like the best one to get. Even though I've died to it twice. This one. She really loves this attack, huh? Okay, sure. Okay. So all these bosses can also be found on the intermission phases of the final boss. Okay, this guy I'm kind of bad at. I don't know why I'm bad at this fight. This should be one of the easiest ones, but for some reason it's not. Okay. Told you he's easy. Don't know why I have trouble with that fight. So it's 5 out of 18. Ah, this is like the easiest one. You get good RNG, you can just kill her very, very quickly. Got greedy with damage there. Come on. Okay, almost dead. Oh, almost didn't get over there. Alright, 6 out of 18. Oh, this guy. This guy is easy. Except for when he goes red, and then he does this attack. This attack in the red phase is like undodgeable. It's actually pretty ridiculous. So if not for that, this guy would be really easy. Okay, now he's red, so we hope that he doesn't do that one attack. Oh. Oops. Rot. He can do 2 specific attacks when he flies away. One of them you had to jump, and one of them is just that, which is super easy. So yeah, this attack has like 3 times the amount of nonsense when he's red. So we really have to hope that he doesn't do that, because I'll probably die if he does. Oh god, I'm probably dead. Oh, I lived. Oh, I was too slow. I forgot the timing of that. I haven't done this in a while, so... Oops. The timing is actually slower in the final boss fight. It's faster in this, so that's lovely. Too used to the final boss timing. My bad. Rip. Oh dear, he's red. Yeah, it's super fast in this fight. Okay. I forgot about that. Have to be pretty quick on the blue stuff. How do you die to that? Come on. That's not even hard. I'm gonna blame the final boss timing being different. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, you just have to be quick. Don't do your thing with the lots of bullets thing. Okay, be nice, please. Okay, I should be able to kill him next time. Don't be mean. Please. Oh god. Okay, he's dead. That was scary. I think we're at 7 now. Oh, this guy is interesting. Many people consider this one to be the hardest. There's kind of a trick you can do to this fight that makes it a lot easier. What you're actually supposed to do is, it's supposed to be like a melee fight. Because he takes half damage from everything that is not a shotgun. So even rocket launcher he will take half damage from. You're actually supposed to use shotgun for this fight. You're not supposed to move until you get the dagger attack. Which I haven't gotten yet. There it is. You have to be very quick for that. Ah, dang. This guy is pretty hard. I'm actually getting like all the hard ones early. I haven't gotten the most annoying one yet though, which is World Peace. Oh, almost too late there. Oof. Almost got juked there. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Oh, I jumped into the thing at the top. No, dude. But this fight takes forever if you use like a machine gun, because he takes half damage from everything. Like if you see, he took half damage there. He only took 15 instead of 30. This bubble attack, which I like to call it, it's kind of the hardest one, I think. Because you have to, like, jump really well. Okay. Wait, you don't need to jump for the last one. I always forget. No, dude. Damn bubbles. Ah. This is probably the second hardest one. The one I find the hardest, I think most people don't struggle with at all. We haven't got that one yet. But that one I just find really hard for like no reason. No, I'm struggling in this fight though. Oh no. Fun fact, if the background on the boss here is red, then it's from a best guy game. If it's blue, it's from a time machine game. So this one is red, so it's from a best guy game. Stop doing bubbles, please. I keep jumping early there. I'm like almost dying because of it. Ooh. Oh! Okay. Jesus. That was scary. I think we're 8 now. 8 out of 18, so almost halfway done. Ah, elephant. His name is Alfaruto, so I like to call him Elephant. So I want him to do a specific attack here at the start, and he's not doing it. Hello. There it is. Can get a lot of damage in this way. And there he hit it twice in a row. Nice. Want this attack as many times as possible. Nice. Easy. Halfway done. With the boss rush. Oh, Bronto. There we go. If we get good RNG, this guy just dies instantly. Kind of messed up though. Okay. If you get lucky, he just doesn't do this attack at all, and he just dies instantly, which is hilarious. Ah, got it twice in a row. It's possible to kill this boss in like 10 seconds. I messed up again. Oh, I keep messing up my damage. Dang it. This is like the longest Bronto fight ever. Wow. Keep missing. There we go. Alright, 10. Yeah, this is going pretty well. Alright, this guy. This guy has an attack that is nearly invisible. That one. It's hard to see you. He also likes to spam Doritos. Nice to see. Oops. This guy's pretty tricky. I have kind of a rhythm to this fight. There's the invisible attack again. Gotta really pay attention for that. Here it is again. Okay, we're good. Alright, normal, have a good night. Okay, 7 left. Oh, here's the worst one. It's world peace. So, why this one is the worst, you might not see why. But you probably will. And when you do see it, you'll be like, oh. So, we'll see if it decides to do its thing. He pretty much always does it, but sometimes he doesn't do it for some reason. Oh, I messed up. The trail on these orbs do kill you. Yeah, you'll probably see the thing. Hopefully we won't, because it... Oh, okay, great. Oh, fantastic. This is great. This is fine. This is fine. Yep. Good boss. This is why this is like pretty much the worst boss in the whole game. I mean, he's not very hard. So he's like not as annoying as Lapis. But man. Okay, it didn't rotate it that much this time. And I still messed up. Oh, I almost lived there. Sometimes he just rotates it a ton, sometimes like barely anything, and sometimes not at all. It's probably like a random number. Like it chooses like 4 different numbers, and that number can be 0. Okay, that makes more sense. Now that I think about it. It like chooses a number, and the number can be 0. It's like maybe like 0, 45, 90 degrees, 135, I don't know. I'm just guessing there. It's not 90 because it's always like slightly tilted, the screen. I guess it is 90 right now. Okay. It's so hard to like stay on the platforms when he does that. So pretty much the only way for me to beat this fight is if he doesn't rotate it at all. I don't know if I've ever beaten this fight when he actually rotates it. So yeah, we just have to pray for RNG with the rotation. How did... Okay. The easiest one is like 45 degrees. Well, the easiest is 0. Also, the platforms like start moving, so that's just like extra good. Okay, this is like 90 or something. Yeah. He hasn't, like, not rotated once so far. And this is why this boss is annoying. Stop this. I'm just gonna focus, not talk. Oh, that's the wrong direction. I can't do that. It's too hard, man. Oh my god. Please stop. This is madness. I can do 45. I can't, like, do any of the other ones. View angle, please. Okay, this is fine. This is actually fine. It would help if you did like the easier attacks. Please just, like, don't rotate it at all, so I can beat this. I'm pretty sure there's 4 different numbers. There's 45, 90, 135, and 0. I don't know why I said 0 last. Oh, he didn't rotate it. Just noticed. See? Beat it instantly when it didn't rotate. Okay. Okay, 5 left. Alright, this is the hardest one for me. I want her to spam this attack over and over again. The green attack is the worst one. Oh. Okay, she did it again. That's good. I don't think most people find this one hard at all. But I have such a hard time with this one. It's just if I get the green attack, I'm like dead. Because my brain just doesn't cope. There it is. Wonderful. If she's in, like, the far corner, it's a lot easier than if she's, like, in the center or something. Oh, let's do this attack. Okay, good. That's the hardest one out of the way. 4 left. What do I have left? Oh! Crab Man. Oh, yeah, we have Perfect Man as well. Which is just the best boss name ever. Oops. So you want this attack because the boss gives you a lot of downtime to do a lot of damage after that attack, as you can see. You need to be, like, constantly moving so you can actually, like, dodge that attack because it's very quick. We get 1, 2, 3, and 4 attacks in after that attack. 2, 3, 4. I didn't miss the first one there, but you still have to go do 4. Nice. 3 left. Ah, we got Perfect Man. which is the best boss name ever. This boss is pretty easy, but it's kind of annoying because you have to kill these things all the time. You also have to like move preemptively because there's more ding attacks in this fight. They love their ding attacks. It's like ding and you're dead. And these things are very hard to hit with any weapon that is not the shotgun. Even though it's a bit slow to actually use the shotgun because of the cooldown time. Okay. You don't want to miss these guys, because it's kind of hard to dodge them. So we have Icarus and Wannabes left. How I actually remember that, I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know how I didn't die there. Should be able to kill him here. Okay, good. Which one do we get? Oh, we actually have 3 left. My bad. Oh, Strider as well. This one is a joke. He has one attack that is kind of hard. This one. Because it is a random timing. You need to react very quickly. You can also just stand still for this attack. It's a very... I believe it's a... like a pixel perfect spot you need to stand in. It's not very hard to find it though. I should think it's here. Okay, if he doesn't do his gun attack, it's this boss is a joke. I think I'm in the right spot right now. Yeah. The gun attack is like the only thing that can actually kill me. Because it's random timing. Sick boss. Yeah, just keep this up. This is good. Yeah. Not the most difficult boss when you get good RNG. So Icarus, where am I missing left? And we're getting Icarus left, or last. So this boss looks really scary. He's like, oh my god, big robot guy. He's actually like pretty much the easiest fight. There's only one attack that can kill me, which is this one. Because of the RNG. He has 6,000 HP, which is like not the most HP out of any boss, but it's up there. I think it's the boss with the second most HP. Yeah, this guy is a joke except for that one attack. This one. Absolute joke. This is pattern. So as long as he doesn't do that attack, I shouldn't die. Unless I just mess up in the worst way possible. It's only hard if you get bad RNG on that attack. Most of the time you get good RNG. I used to think this was the easiest boss until I kind of figured out that Bronto was easier. But yeah, you just stand here until something happens, pretty much. And he's dead. Okay, Icarus left. So Icarus here, he can randomly flip the screen, because why not? And then he can randomly like flip it back, because why not? After each attack he will move to a random position, so... Alright, you're not supposed to do that. After each attack I can get some free damage in by using shotgun. Here, some orbs are aimed, and some of them move straight down. You kind of have to like identify which orbs do what. And remember, the orb trails do kill you. Don't forget about that. So moonwalking is like your friend in this fight. You want to moonwalk as much as possible to optimize damage. So on this attack, you always want to move in the same direction. You never want to like switch direction. And now he decided to flip the screen. Flip the screen because why not? I forgot the controls also flip. Well, they don't flip, which is why they're flipped when it's upside down. Which sounds weird, but that's how it works. Also, there's the ding attacks again. It's like ding, and you. That's why I'm moving so much, and like moonwalking so much. Because of that attack. Great. This is kind of hard, actually. Okay, got it. Please flip it back. Don't do this attack. This is the hardest one. No! I got confused with my inputs. He usually flips it back like immediately after he flips it. That time he didn't do it though, because he's a jerk. Pretty much. Oh my god, I actually made that. Okay, he's probably gonna flip it here. Yeah. We'll move this direction, don't switch direction. Flip it back, please. He's not flipping it back. Okay, we're good. Nice. Alright, so that is the boss rush complete. Last time I tried to do this on a marathon, I got stuck on what is known as a true final boss, which is actually what is coming up next. And this boss is very, very annoying. This is pretty much the worst boss in the game, sadly. What I recommend people do is switch to angel mode when they get here. This boss is super long, and the end part, like, it's pretty easy, but the end part is so hard. And it takes so long to get there. So because of that, I'm actually going to be switching to angel mode, so I don't get stuck on this fight for an hour. So I can actually beat the game. This is not allowed in actual 100% speedruns, just so you know. You have to play on normal the entire time. Should probably just do that. Like, the ending of this fight is so hard, and it's kind of like boring until you get there. The fight is like too long, in my opinion. Legal. Oh god. Trust me, you don't want to see me fight this boss for an hour. Like, Fangame Marathon 2016, I tried to do this. I got stuck on this fight for 40 minutes, and I didn't beat it. I reached my estimate without even beating this fight. So I didn't even get to see or show off what comes after this, so I was really sad about that. But this time I'm gonna play on angel mode and actually get to show off. Okay, please. What is after this? That attack's hard. Our last marathon, there was a Justice Guy 100% race. They also switched to easy mode for this. For this fight. Because this boss is just way too inconsistent. Because the end of the fight is pretty easy, even though I'm like getting hit a lot. But the end of the fight is really hard, and the RNG can be really unfair sometimes at the end. And this boss is pretty much the sole reason why I don't run 100%. It's a huge spike in difficulty. I would say the final boss is harder. But this fight is like way less fun, is the thing. But yeah, it's probably the second hardest boss in the whole game. It's the most annoying boss in the game, though. Okay, this attack is pretty hard. Oh. Okay. Well, that was certainly something. During that attack, I have to stop attacking, otherwise she'll counterattack me. Or like parry or something, whatever you call it. I'm actually gonna die. Okay, this attack is kind of pointless. You just need to memorize where you need to stand. And then it lags the game. You can see the FPS counter in the top right there. It like lags the game. It's kind of funny. Okay, here's the hard part. I have to be really careful with my damage so I don't get parried. Don't want to attack her during the parry. Oh, this is bad. Don't teleport on top of me, please. I don't want to be in this corner. Good. Come on. Oh. I actually only got hit once on the hard part. And I got hit 3 times on the easy part. Okay. We actually get to show off Exceed, which is really, really cool to show off. No, the boss is the exact same on the Angel mode. You just get HP. Most bosses are nerfed on Angel mode, but this one is not. The final boss is nerfed a lot. Like the intermission phases aren't even there. Now I would do that boss for like 10 minutes on normal and see if I could beat it and then like leave. But you can't actually leave once you're in the fight. Once you're in the fight, you're stuck. The only way to leave is like to start a new save file. Not even joking. So I actually recommend that people, if they do 100%, is do that fight on Angel mode, because it's just the worst on normal mode. I tried to make BBF Blade on Angel mode, but he went in on normal mode and now he's probably not going to finish it. So here's the second set of credits. Now the game gets interesting. We're gonna move on to Exceed mode. So Exceed mode is hard mode, pretty much. But it's not just hard mode, it's like turning the game upside down. Okay, that's not really a good way to explain it. It's a lot different. I'm gonna be playing the main game on kind of like a hard mode. As you will be seeing. In Exceed mode, the bosses are buffed a lot. And I do mean a lot. Everything is much, much faster. There's new music. It's just very, very fast-paced. And you get 5 HP. Some bosses are just like kind of buffed a bit. Or a bunch. And some bosses are completely remixed and like completely different. As you'll be seeing very shortly. So far we have fought 27 bosses. Just to point that out. Alright, so now we get to play Exceed mode. Now we play the difficulty to Exceed. And you'll see it's only bosses in Exceed mode, there's no levels. And this is where it gets interesting. So you'll see we have 5 HP now. And everything is a lot harder. The left side of the screen, this first boss is actually one of the harder ones. Because the left side of the screen is instant kill. So if you remember the bosses on like the normal game, you'll be seeing how much different they are now. Yeah, you see, if you get knocked to the side of the screen, you just die instantly. So this first boss is actually one of the hardest, or one of the harder ones, I should say. You do get some iframes when you get hit. But yeah, everything is much, much faster. It's really, really fast-paced. You need, like, to be very, very quick with reacting and everything. There's also some new attacks. Some bosses are, like, pretty similar, like this one. Some bosses just... the whole fight is different. Now, if you kind of paid attention, I did say we fought 27 bosses, and I said there were 37 bosses. But the main game only has 8 bosses. And this is 10. And you'll be seeing kind of what that means later on. Nice, okay. That last part is super scary, because if you get pushed to the side, you just instantly die. Alright, now we're moving on to Freevard, as I like to call it. This boss is really weird. It's gonna seem weird, but this is actually a very standard, like, Fangame boss. But it feels so weird in this game. You're gonna be seeing. And you're gonna be seeing why we call it the Freevard. This fight is so weird in this game. Oh, actually, I hit him. Okay, here's the only hard attack of the fight. And then it loops. So yeah, really easy fight. It's gonna get a lot harder than this though. Again, it's gonna really pick up in difficulty once we reach the fourth boss, just like the normal game. It's gonna really pick up in difficulty on the fourth boss. And a certain wolf man was not very happy with the fourth boss when he did. You can see this boss is kind of like remixed. We're gonna have to deal with a lot more tentacles than we did on the normal version of this fight. Okay. I forgot how to do this attack. I actually forgot how to do this. Dang it. Forgot the pattern for that. Oh, dude. How do you do this again? I think you kind of did it like that. Yeah, it was like that, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Hello? Okay, there. I lost track of where I was. You can't stay on the platform the entire time. It's probably easier to do so. Yeah, okay. Dang it. The second phase is actually pretty hard in this. Okay, we're good. It's gonna spawn jellyfish like that, and then it's gonna do a thing. Okay, so far so good. Eventually he's gonna like go crazy with his visuals, and then we need to do a specific thing. That attack is super hard because you need to be so fast. Okay, here's this thing. Need to go up. Still got hit. Ah, he's dead. Okay, that was good. This is Exceed mode. This is hard mode. Okay, now the difficulty picks up a lot. This next fight is borderline unfair. There's a lot of nonsense in this fight. I actually love the normal version of this fight, but I don't like the Exceed version. I think they went too far with the nonsense. So pretty much the entire fight I will be killing. I would just be focusing on crowd control. If I get like damage in, it's just like, oh sweet, I got damage in. Most of the damage like pretty much accidental, because I need to focus on crowd control the entire fight, as you can see. If you leave like a single dude alive, it's very easy to just, like, once you fall behind, then you're pretty much screwed. That's how this fight works. And we're seeing how they buffed the sniper. There's the second one now. They will fire like at the same time though, so it's not too much more difficult. It is more difficult though. With 1 HP left. Ah, dang it. This fight is a lot longer than, even though it's the same amount of HP, it's a lot longer because the entire fight you're just killing soldiers, pretty much. It's pretty much like 3 times longer. I timed it to about 2 or 3 times longer than the normal fight. And again, you pretty much have to do the, like, shoot a missile from below on the tanks. It's pretty much the only way to kill them without, like, falling behind a lot on crowd control. You really, really want to do that in this fight. Try to kill these dudes before they shoot. You can see that this fight just takes forever on Exceed, because I have to kill soldiers the entire time. Okay, now the hard part begins. So it wasn't hard enough already. Ugh. I pretty much can't do the whole like shotgun strats at all in this fight. I have to camp the machine gun. Okay, nice. Going pretty well so far. Okay, now we're on to Ayla. Remember how I said some bosses are completely different? Well, this is pretty much one of them. So in this fight, you cannot damage the witch at all. It actually has a shield, as you see. Doesn't do any damage. A lot of the attacks are completely different. Some attacks didn't even exist in the normal version. Ooh, yeah, Ayla is actually a good fight now in Exceed. This boss is not like completely different, but it is very, very different. It's also a new like intermission phase that you will be seeing. Ooh. It's gonna come up very, very shortly. Sorry about that, had to mute for a little bit. Crap. No! It's too early. So these things will roll with the screen tilting, so the screen tilting does actually serve a purpose. You don't want to go too early on that attack, because you like lose damage and you have to wait anyway, so... Oh, I was too late. Let's just start over. Oh, it's too late again. Let's just start over. You want to have more HP for the end? Okay, gonna go into the mission very soon. The intermission is surprisingly tricky. If I can actually get some damage in, that would be nice. Oh, I jumped too early. This is a bit harder than it looks. You have to like jump in the crystal at a proper time. You can't just jump in whenever. You need to be kind of falling down when you jump into it, so you have downwards momentum. Now we need to pay attention to the screen tilt as well. Before this you can pretty much ignore it, but now we have to actually pay attention to it. This is actually pretty fun. Ah. Pay attention to screen tilt. Oh, oh no, I jumped too early again. I keep jumping too early, man. Finding that timing is surprisingly hard right now. Usually I don't have a hard time with that. 2 HP left, nice. Man, I was almost too early again. Okay, here's the intermission. Focus for this so I don't mess it up. Because it is kind of hard to do. Okay. Okay, we should be good. We have 4 HP. Keyboard should. Okay, that was not the nicest RNG I've ever seen. Nope. Forgot that this would succeed for a second there. Oh dear. Should be fine. Nice. So far the bosses have been like mostly just buffed their existing attacks. Well, now we're gonna get into the interesting stuff. This is when we're gonna be finding out that the bosses are completely different. Starting off with Gottfried. This is actually one of the hardest bosses in the whole game for me. I'm just not very good at it. Like, there's so much going on in this fight that I have a really hard time keeping track of everything. It gets like really, really crazy. So he spawns these shadows at the end. The shadows will attack every 3rd time that they move. They have 2 attacks. They will either slice or they will spawn a laser on top of me. Gottfried himself will attack every 2nd time that he moves. So he attacks slightly faster and he has more attacks as well. Also, if you get hit by a Gottfried's sword, it will instantly kill you. So it's instant death. Also, when you get hit once, you get this debuff on top of you, which makes it so you take double damage for like 20 seconds or something. You can also run through all these guys. So now there's 3 shadows and Gottfried all at the same time, doing different things. Now he does this, because it wasn't hard enough already. You can usually just camp in a corner, but eventually you do have to move out, because he does this for so long. Please die. Oh my god, I beat it so quickly. And I had 3 HP left. Oh my god. Okay, this is going really well so far. I actually beat it my first try. Wow. This is actually really good. Alright, so there's Elena, except not. Now it's just Deus. Now we're gonna get into the successors. This is where the bosses get really interesting. The bosses are very, very different. Starting off with Mr. Crazy Dude. You're gonna be seeing he's pretty angry right now. He's the successor of Despair. He's probably like angry because lying left or something. Some of his dialogue is really interesting. He says stuff like, "I'm not wrong," stuff like that. Not entirely sure of the story, but the dialogue is pretty interesting. Now he goes full crazy. You can notice that every time he bleeds, or every time he attacks, he will actually bleed as well. So that's messed up. Now he does this crazy thing. Yep. He likes to spam a lot of laser attacks and bombs and explosions. Oh no. It's okay, I got this. Just don't get hit, right? Easy. Just don't get hit, lol. Forehead. Okay, now I want to be in the center for this. Quickly go to the side and then go back. I messed up. Okay, live. Good. Wow. Okay. Well, this is going pretty well. This is actually PB pace, but it's not a PB because I did lapless on easy mode. So even if I beat my PB, it's not a PB because it's not legal. Very nice. Now we're coming into one of my favorite bosses in the game. So remember that lapless was like a bad boss before? Well, that was actually a good boss. How about that? So where did Lina go? We're moving straight on to Lapis, but where did Lina go? We're seeing bosses are very, very different. I have to do the tutorial again for like the third time. There's Lapis. I love this fight. Good start. She's gonna be seeing this gun attack. When she pulls out the gun, I need to jump high. I need to jump like higher than her gun. Otherwise, she will stun me. And if I get stunned, she will just play golf ball with me and kill me in one hit. And also the counterattack, instead of just doing 1 damage like it did before, now will actually stun me, the counterattack, and which will also instantly kill me and make me into a golf ball. You can see here's the successor of Emptiness. She's probably like, still story-wise, probably feels like nothing. And you can see her health bar is empty. We took out her entire health bar in the first phase. Now it's pretty much empty. Hence why it's called like successor of Emptiness. This is not going well. That's the gun. You really need to pay attention to that. This is instant kill. This fight is really fast paced and I'm dead. There's a lot happening in this fight. Deep lore. I'm just gonna reset there. You want to save as much HP as possible. I guess I can kind of show the stun, the like golf ball thing. I want to show that off. The animation of it is hilarious. I'm gonna show this. She like hits you like a golf club. I don't know. I'm probably the only one who actually finds that funny. Four! All in one. I wish they would release like a translated version of this game. The story is actually quite interesting. You've been noticing in this fight, you'll be jumping a lot. There's a lot of jumping in this fight. Pretty much every single attack is dodged by jumping. Here's the counterattack. Don't want to get parried. So far so good. And again, the orb trails do hurt you, so you need to be careful with the orbs. And the papers act as shields. So you want to like use shotgun. Like you want to use shotgun anyway because of the parry attack, and the shotgun does more damage. So shotgun is just really good to use in this fight. Don't... Okay. That was close. Alright, that's it, right? But where did Lina go? Gotta deliver justice. Hence, a justice guy. So now we finally get to see what this iceberg is. It's actually where Lina is located. There's a lot of dialogue here. Wish it was translated. So this fight is pretty interesting. You're going to be seeing the phone number attack from Devs and Lina. The entire fight. So you have this bar at the bottom, which is like your kind of like heat bar, because it gets colder and colder. And as the bar goes down, it becomes harder and harder to see. Oops. And the way to fill it up is by switching weapons with the phone number. Don't question it. Actually goes a bit crazy. A lot of explosions. And if your bar goes empty, you will just die. Oh, this is bad. There's one attack that is really hard for me to dodge. Not that one. Cape release. And also, you'll be noticing that the FPS drops a lot. That is actually intended. So for the beginning of the fight, every time she moves, she will drop the FPS to 30. Then once you get further, it will stop doing that. And at the end of the fight, it will actually increase the FPS every time she moves. Let's just restart that. So you'll be sometimes seeing me use pistol in this fight. Because these numbers are also the weapon switch keys. I don't know if I actually explained that before. You're switching weapons, so it like forces you to use certain weapons at certain points. Here it's pistol plus machine gun. Now it's shotgun plus rocket launcher. And if I hit the wrong key, I will just get hit, which is not ideal. That's not good. And now it's random numbers. So now we really need to pay attention to the phone number. More screen shake. Add more screen shake. Okay, this is the attack I don't really understand. I've never managed to dodge this. Let's see if I can do this now. Oh, I did it! That's actually the first time I've ever dodged that. I actually did it. Wow. And now I hear at the end of the fight, she forces you to use rocket launcher. And I like to kind of spam the key here, so the bar is always filled up, and I don't need to like really focus on it. And now every time she moves, she will also speed up the game FPS, which is kind of hard to deal with sometimes. Is this good screen shake? This is best screen shake. Oh, don't get hit. Oh, I don't know how I didn't get hit twice there. I was really lucky. Okay, I want to slide under. Nice. And now she gets mad. Real mad. Alright. Here is the final boss of the game. The actual final boss for real this time. This boss has like 30 attacks. There's a lot of variety to these attacks. A lot of the attacks are really quick. A lot of them are kind of confusing. Some of them have very similar tails, but they're slightly different. Oh, let's start over. This boss is not easy. Also, pay attention to the background. It's like hands and stuff. It's completely messed up. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, so after this, we're actually gonna be doing some I Wanna Be the Cat races with viewers. So if you have the game, I Wanna Be the Cat on Steam, you should join. I want to get as many people to join as possible, so it'll be like really fun to watch. That's the hardest attack of the fight right there. Because you need to be extremely quick, and I actually have... my reaction time is actually slower than average. It's a little bit slower. So here's the first intermission. Triggers at 4444 HP. This one is pretty easy. Yeah, it's 8 people max for cats. I want to get 8 people for it. I hope we get enough people for that. So, if you have the game, get ready to do some races. Oh yeah, a lot of the attacks aren't unlocked at the start of the fight. They'll unlock later in the fight. So after the second intermission, all the attacks are unlocked. And that's you're gonna be seeing very similar tells for some of them. So you have to like quickly identify which attack she's doing. Let's attack his pattern. Okay, now it goes crazy. Right, that's what that is. There's a lot of attacks, so it's very easy to get confused on what she's actually doing. Oh, yeah. There's like 3 attacks that has that pretty much the exact same tail as that. It's not the exact same, but it's very, very similar. It's our race. We are online racing, which is super fun to do. So yeah, if you have the game, join. I want to get 8 people for it. I hope we can get 8 people for the race. We'll be racing for an hour. We're probably not going to do any hard mode races. We're just going to do like easy and medium. Those are like the most fun. I'm probably screwed on this attempt. Yeah, that's when you stand still. That's not what you do. 8 people for sure. Cool. This boss is really hard. It may take me some time to beat it. The ending of this fight is super intense. I have to do 4 things at the same time. I guess I'll kind of explain that ending before I even get there, because I'm probably not going to be able to talk because it's so intense. So occasionally you'll see a skip key pop up on the screen, really big. I have to press that very, very quickly. Hold on, let me just make sure I know what my skip key is. Okay, it's W. Got it. We'll see the skip key pop up. I have about less than a second to press that, otherwise I will instantly die. Doesn't matter what my HP is. And you'll see some act keys above my head. I have to mash act the entire fight. We'll have this bar that goes down very rapidly. At first it doesn't go down too fast, but it speeds up. Just have to mash act. Then there's bullet hell. And I have to attack the boss at the same time. So 4 things at the same time. It's really intense, but it's really fun as well. Probably not going to be talking during the attacks to make sure that I don't die. Can I do this? A lot of attacks, you have to be very, very quick for this. Ah. That's the one I have like the most trouble with. And this one. Oh, thought I was too late there. This boss has so many attacks. It's like 30 attacks or something. I haven't counted. But it's a lot of freaking attacks. Here I'm trying to manipulate her to make her shoot into the wall, which makes it a lot easier. She will always fire like from her back. Those orbs. So you can kind of like manipulate her to make her always shoot in the wall. It's kind of hard to do though. It's not really that useful. That's that. No, that's just that thing. Okay, this is the last place where it has all the attacks. Oh, that's that. Okay. Okay, good. Tigers. No, that's the other thing. You can see how confusing this fight is. Okay, here we go. Here's the last attack. So I have to mash act the entire fight and press skip appropriately. If I miss the skip, I just die. It kills you very, very quickly, so you have to be very quick with the skip key. It's very obvious though. And it gets faster and faster as this goes on. On the last 100 HP, the FPS will speed up to 66, so 10% faster. I'll probably die there, because it's hard. I usually get hit at least once and I only have 1 HP. There you go. The skip does stop now. Oh my god, I double... Oh, that's way too funny. Okay. I pretty much always get hit once at the very end of the fight. Oh. It does not count. That has happened to me before and it does not count. I got hit there? What? Okay, sure. I trust you, game. By the way, as you haven't noticed, this is a very different from a regular I'm a Really Guy fan game. Very combat oriented. A lot of bosses. A lot of bosses. No, that's that thing. I don't have much HP. Ideally, I'll want 5 HP at this point. Obviously. It's like the most obvious statement of the year. There's one attack that's really hard, she hasn't done yet. It's not that one, even though I got hit. Don't jump. That's that one. Oh, that was too late. Good. Don't jump. This is the one that is like really hard to do. Okay. If you get bad RNG, it's pretty much impossible to dodge that, I've found. At least I don't understand it. Okay, here we go. So I'm using a shotgun there at the start, because this phase is at 666. Good. That phase starts at 666, and if you do, the rocket launcher does 30 damage. If you do the math, and the last phase starts at 100 HP. And that's when the boss gets really, really hard. Or the last bit starts at 100 HP. So if you do the math real quick, you'll realize after shooting her, she ends up at 96 HP. Which means you need 4 rockets to kill her. That means you have to do the last bit for 4 rockets. But by using shotgun at the start, I can do about like 8 damage at the very start. Which means she will end up on 88 HP instead. And that means it's only 3 rockets for the last bit. And that extra, like, 1 rocket less makes the last bit 100 times easier. So much easier if you just get one, if you can kill her 1 rocket quicker. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. Kinda losing my mind over here. So you can save an extra rocket that way. And kill her a little bit quicker. You'll be surprised on how much easier that makes the fight. IQ. So that's why I'm doing 1 shotgun hit at the start. No! I keep forgetting what the tells mean. There's too many tells. There's too many. So like these strings, but for guns. That's one way to put it. Ah, too slow. I'm gonna have 1 HP again at the end, probably. No! Really? Did I do too much damage there? I don't know. I don't think I did. Now the act bar speeds up, so I have to mash even faster now. Now the FPS is 66. There we go. Get ready on time. Ooh. GG. And time. Yeah. There's a Justice Guy 100%. Even though I did lapless on Angel mode, which is not allowed in speedruns. But hey, there you go. Okay. Didn't stop time? Oh well, that's fine. 228, not bad. That's actually quite good. My PB is like 223, but that's actually lapless on normal. Which usually takes me like 30 minutes. Alright.
Nice run, Den. My heart was pounding during that last boss.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. This is pretty intense. I guess we'll move on to I Want to Be the Cat immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. I'll just close the game. Move on to I Want to Be the Cat. Oh, isn't this game 16:9? And I may need to, yeah, it is. I need to switch my streaming capture. need to stop this.